What's going on, fellas? Hey, glad to be back. Glad to be back. I was off last week. For you guys who don't know, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and for the last 20 years, I've been the men's performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And what we do here on this channel, one, we have a good time. Two, we talk about men's sexual health, the things you need to know, ways to stay off them magical pills, keep yourself healthy, keep your life, your sex life on point. Have a good time with all of that. And for my guys who are new, you don't know what we do, this is what we do. We go into the comment section. Tell us where you're from, where you represent. Give me your name. Let's get to know each other. Let's have a good time. I was off last week. Last week was my birthday, 50th, the 5-0. Yay, yay. I enjoy getting older. I don't enjoy aging, but I enjoy getting older. So, yeah. For all the guys who have said thanks on the last video, hey, I appreciate everything. I appreciate the love. Hey, what's going on, JD Shooter? All right, Jacob to Israel. Yeah. Just got his African Fly. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I'm sure you're gonna love it. Yes, indeed. Of course, on that the AfricanFly.com site, we have tons of videos. Here on the YouTube channel, we have tons of videos to help you with your journey to get where you want to be. Christopher Gaskin, St. Louis in the house. All right. The Bahamas. All right. Thanks, T-Dub. Appreciate it. Hey, man, I grew up in a time where they were saying that, we wouldn't make the age of 18 because, that was a crack era and all that other kind of stuff. So every birthday is like, yeah, I made it. Told you so. So, yeah. So thanks, everybody. What's going on with you, Milton? And of course, as always, I got to give a quick shout out to my staff, my crew, the people be helping me get the lights up, get the things going, handling all the other issues that makes this all pop. Oh, dope law in the house. All right, appreciate you. What's going on with you, sir? Hey, today we're going to be talking about something that's extra special, extra special, because a lot of times we're always talking about that sexual health, and of course that's important. But let's think this all the way through. You got your sexual health going. You're getting your exercise in. You're getting your good sleep. You're eating better. You're doing your intermittent fasting. You're getting your soul taken care of. You're looking at the videos. You're taking all these you're executing on all of this stuff. And then, well, the whole purpose is to have sex, which means that you need to have somebody to have sex with. And if you're going to go through all that work, you might as well have passion with it. So how can you not only just, you're looking good, you got the energy, you've been doing your yoga so you can hit them different positions, all types of fun new stuff you can do. And your relationship is, her attraction to you is meh. I mean, what are you going to do? That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to put you up on some $1 million game. Because what we're going to do is talk about that thing that you can do to make your woman go crazy for you. Women go crazy for you, but specifically your woman go crazy for you, bring that passion into the relationship. And if you think this is going to make sense for you, go ahead and hit that like button now. It is going to make sense to you. What's going on to you, Christopher? Hey, thanks for the birthday wishes. Because this is the thing, guys. How you smell can turn a woman on and off, and it's way deeper than just what I just said. We're going to go way deeper into that. Science, everything. It can make her want you in the worst way or avoid you like, I don't know, a garbage truck. It just ain't. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is break down the hows and whys. And once again, for guys who do not know, welcome to the channel. My name is Brian, aka Uncle B. For the last 21 years, I've been a men's performance coach with African Fly, that liquid aphrodisiac. I also have, we're now over 200 videos on the YouTube channel. And of course, if you go to AfricanFly.com, we have videos there. We just like giving out a lot of information. So, not only are you using the supplement, but you're getting the other things, the things you're supposed to supplement, the activities that you're supposed to do. And, basically you're going to live happier and healthier. So glad to have you on board. What's going on, Lorenzo? Syringe per dose? Okay. All right. It's a teaspoon per serving, but I will answer that in full a little bit later there, Lorenzo. So yeah, what we're talking about is pheromones. You may have heard of pheromones. Pheromones is a chemical that's released by men and women, and it signals, it changes other people's behavior around you. Now, you already noticed in the worst way, somebody, you get in the elevator and somebody just let one rip. You, you have a visceral reaction. So the opposite is true. You can be attracted to someone, but this is different because with your pheromones, there isn't a smell. Pheromones come out with your sweat, so your sweat has a smell to it, but it's not the pheromones. The pheromones are different in that way. And so, what happens when you release pheromones? When you're around somebody, just normal as a human, you release pheromones in different amounts. But when you're releasing the pheromones, other humans, specifically in this case, the ladies, they take it into their noses, and it stimulates the area of the brain that produces emotion and emotional response. So we're talking about a sexual response. We're talking about desire. Yeah, this is going to say it like that. Desire and arousal is triggered. So this is something that's very powerful. Something that you want to have on your side. How people personally think about you depends on what smells they attach to you. Yeah, what smells they attach to you. So they did a study. So scientists discovered that women rate male attractiveness differently when subjected to pleasant or unpleasant smells. So they literally took pictures of men, some who look good, some who and they just sent smells into the room. So even the guys who weren't as attractive would rate higher because of the smell that was in it. Had nothing to do with the guy themselves, just the smells in the room. And the opposite was true for guys who look good, but it was, you got the, that didn't smell good at all in that room. That's how powerful this is. And also another study showed that this is from the article in Scientific American. Researchers found that couples can smell each other's emotions. How deep is that? Actually, it goes so deep that babies can smell the difference between their mother's milk and some other mother's milk. Yeah. Sense of smell is one of the first smells that develops in the human body. I mean, not only so you can smell which titty is the milk for you, but also, think about it. Even as a baby, you need to be able to smell fire and just, hey, I'm crying. Somebody come pick me up. The baby's over here. Yeah, you need to have that sense. So it's that powerful. It's something that that's what we do. That is the way this works. So even in Ask Men reports that girls consistently rank how a guy smells at the very top of the list at what determines their sexual attraction to them. So this actually outranks looks, height, and income. Did you hear me on this one? Looks, height, and income. I mean, yes, this is powerful. Women are more influenced by their noses than guys are. Especially when it comes to romance. So scent plays a major role in the biology of female sexual attraction. Yeah. Ed. Hey, we're fine. Thanks for all the good stuff you tell us. Yeah, this is some good stuff right here, guys. Take notes. In a recent study at Oxford University, research showed that you actually look better to a girl when you smell great. Yeah. This is just across the board. I'm giving you a whole bunch of different studies, but let's break it down a little bit more. Let's talk about the pheromones in a sense and the science in the pheromones. So in fragrances, there's a chemical compound called hedonium. Hedione. This ingredient supposedly stimulates the hypothalamus, an area of the brain which releases sex hormones in women. So this particular smell is going to get the women aroused. It smells fresh and floral compared to most often the smell of jasmine with a hint of citrus mixed in. Yeah, okay. So it's different molecules unconsciously influence people's behavior. That's how powerful this is. In other words, it can quite literally kickstart a woman's libido. Yeah, that powerful. So what else? More powerful than the fragrances themselves, more powerful than the stuff you can spray on is your actual testosterone. More specifically, the androsterone. It's a pheromone that makes men sexually appealing to the women. It's produced by our adrenal gland, testes, and released through our skin. So women also produce this. They also produce it, but at a much lower rate. We're talking about 4 times less than men. So, Guys, we're the ones who release that smell. The women are the ones who are attracted to us because of that smell. Only 10% of the male population actually secretes an abundant amount. These are guys who are like, this guy does not look like he's, the most attractive dude, but he's getting all the ladies. Yeah, he's in that 10%. Some of these men may not even be physically attractive. However, the pheromone androsterone changes the way people perceive their desirability. That powerful. Pheromones are also shown to be useful in sex counseling. So, if you're having a problem, then yeah, you need to increase the smell. It's that simple. Yeah, you're trying to get your love life back, the passion back. Yeah, there's some sense and some things that you can do to yourself to increase your own testosterone and androsterone. And we're going to talk about that in a second. Terrence Lee said, vision is a sense that betrays us the most by far. Yeah. Oh, she looks good. But here's what you can do. You can maximize your pheromones. Natural pheromones vary from person to person, but you can increase them naturally. So one of the obvious ones is to exercise regularly. Now, this isn't because I'm going to exercise and have a whole lot of sweat, because like I said before, the smell of pheromones is no scent to it. You're perceiving it unconsciously. But because your body actually releases it through your skin, if you're exercising, it'll end up, even after you take a shower, some of it's going to stay on your skin, in your hair, etc. And also, exercise gets rid of toxins. So the pheromones are actually stronger that you produce. So one more chemical in there, DHEA, is naturally produced in the body and is a precursor to sex pheromones. So you may have seen the DHEA supplements. It's sort of up in the air as to how effective that is in terms of just taking the supplements. I mean, if you're doing things naturally, eating the way that you're supposed to eat, your DHEA is going to be up anyway. So DHEA is converted from cholesterol. So if you're eating walnuts, avocados, olives, and all of that those are the things that can help increase your DHEA. Got it? I hope you're liking this, because this is powerful. This is powerful, guys. Do not sleep on this at all. There's also this right here, an essential oil called Lang Lang. Ooh, I'm not sure if you can catch that. It's a whole bunch of light right there. It's called Lang Lang, YLANG, essential oil. This is something that you can put into a diffuser. Boom. This is my what's going on? Okay. Let me see what's going on with our camera here. All right. Fellas, hang on right quick. We're going to see what's going on with the camera here. Let's do some things right quick. This is new. Have not had this issue before. And where are we? Okay. All right. Just change up the camera angle. Let's see if we can get it back to our regularly scheduled. Nope. This is why you have to have a backup. All right. I'm just looking at you a little bit shorter here. All right. So, but yeah, let's get back into it, because this is important. So yeah, you can actually put the essential oil into a diffuser, and this just lets off the scent into the air. There are other different ones. There's jasmine. Remember, I said jasmine has a jasmine smell. Let me see if I can get that in. Just trust me. This is jasmine, absolute. And there's some other essential oils that can that are sensualizing, that can make it just set the mood, set the atmosphere. So all of that is really important. So there's a couple of different things that you can do. I mean, first of all, people have asked that question about the old favorite, the one that's in the stores now, Axe. Does Axe work? Yeah. Actually, yes, Axe does work. The thing that's interesting to me is that they tell guys to spray it all over, which is not a good idea. Specifically, maybe if you're going into a club situation, but if you're trying to get a person close to you, You want to, especially if you're in for a hug, if you're dancing, you're getting in close, something like that. If you just have it on the spot on you, like on the back of your neck, something like that. So when she leans in, she can get that scent. If you have it all over, for some people, it smells offensive. And here's the thing to understand about this entire thing. This is something that you should be using. This is the same as, like I was saying before, if you've been going through the process of exercising, eating right, getting your sleep in, doing all the things that's necessary, this goes along with the entire package. You can't ignore this. You have a whole human body. She has a whole human body and she has a nose. And so you want to take advantage of that scent, just like you go ahead and get your car clean, things like that. That all makes a difference. hmm so yeah, and you can also use just other scents. So this is I have my Coach right here. Coach just works well off rip. And it's just a good smelling scent. And so I also subscribe to Scentbird. Scentbird is a subscription service where you basically get, every month you'll get a different scent. They'll send it into a tube, send it to you in a tube like this. And so you get to try different things out. So this is not, once again, these are just fragrances. It's good just to smell good. They've done studies where they showed that guys who just have it on them, just have a good scent on them, women look at them and without, nowhere near them, will just see that there's something about this guy, there's something about his more confidence. So if you smell good, you're going to feel more confident anyway. So it's worth getting into getting your scents on. JD Shooter. Oh yeah, JD. I saw you earlier, man. That's good comments. No wax, get a good cologne. Yeah. uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of different ways. What's going on, Corey? Uh-huh. Uh yeah. I'm gonna get to that Irish sea moss in a second. But yeah, there are a lot of different ways. You need to play around with it because your body scent is going to be different from other people. For some guys, using Axe is just it's $8 or something like that in the store. So you get into some of these colognes. This is colognes can go up to thousands of dollars. This is roughly $45, $65, something like that. You're getting from Scentbird. Scentbird is like, I believe, $15 to $20 a month. 14 $14 a month. So so yeah. But even more important is just using it, figuring it out. Even using something like Lang Lang. You want to be careful with this one. This is an advanced level product because Lang Lang has actually been used in Ayurveda. But it's been used to they just sprinkle it on the bed and for newlyweds. And the whole idea with newlyweds is for them to have a baby. And with Lang Lang, guys, this will make your nuts slippery. You were like, oh yeah, I'm in it, baby. I'm in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. So you want to be very careful with that. Access for high school. This is true. Mr. Law, Dope Law, do you like Tom Ford? Yeah, Chanel, Dior, or Chanel? Yeah, actually, Lang Lang is used in Chanel. That's one of the scents that's in there. So this is, all of this stuff ties in. Uh, you know, I am not a cologne expert, but I have been paying attention to scents for a long time. Back in the day when I was working in the mall, I kept going through the mall and would stop by, because it was a cute looking girl there at the scent desk at the colognes and everything like that, was hollering at her. And so she just got me into different colognes and things like that. And I did notice a difference then, but I didn't pay attention the way I pay attention now. So there are different things you can do. You can take like Lang Lang and just put a dab behind your ears, put it on your wrist, boom, boom. And it just helps. It helps, fellas. James Goodman asks, which Axe? It's your taste, your flavor. I got Axe Black. I've used like several different ones before. Quick, crazy story. When I say it works, you can just pay attention. You'll see the difference. Now, once again, I got my guys in there who are like, nah, that's high school. Once again, it just depends on your taste, what you need to get done. But one time, I had, I didn't have a chance to change my shoes. So I had my, took my shoes and I just had my socks on. I was like, ooh, let me go ahead and just before I can get to, change out of my socks and everything. I just sprayed some down there, some Axe down on my feet. And the next thing I know, this girl was, I was, talking with at the time, she was down by my feet. I'm like, what? Why is she? Yeah. It directs. It's powerful. It's powerful. So, yep. Sense help your woman identify you. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Creed. Oh, Creed. Ooh, there is JD. Were you the one who gave a list of all those different scents in the comment section? Yeah. But yeah, there are a bunch of different scents that you do use that Hito one. Mhm. Dope law, man. We got to get you for marketing, man. Yeah. So yes, by the way, guys, couple of things, housekeeping right quick. If you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that like button. If you think you want to get more information, come on, let's go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also do remember, africanfly.com. Go ahead and check out what we have over there. It's a liquid aphrodisiac. If you're going to go through the process of having these scents, you might as well have an aphrodisiac that's going to help too. And yes, African Fly does work for men and for women. So yeah. So yeah, and as always, guys, this is the part where we talk about any other questions that you have. Let me see. I just want to make sure I got everything covered here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and hit me up with some questions in the comment section, I will get to that. We did have one, Corey. Do you have a link for your Irish sea moss? Nikki, if you could help us out with that, give us that right there. Lorenzo Mason asked a question. Hold on a second. Let me clear myself so I can see this question. Uh-huh. How many African fly is in your syringe per dose? Well, we say syringe. That's not the word I would use. But basically, you're using a teaspoonful. So it's a teaspoon per serving. It's in a dropper top tube. And you can just what I do is a quick double squeeze, and that way you get the maximum amount. If you're trying to do it without a teaspoon, we're just talking about just do a double squeeze of that dropper top tube. Put it in under your tongue. The veins under your tongue are it's more porous under your tongue, so it would get into your system faster. Just 3 of those is equal to a teaspoon. Okay. Yes. Benny B. Can drinking coconut water help sexually? I wouldn't say specifically, but it is natural. The thing that you want to be careful of, one, to make sure the freshness of it. It's just like everything else. People can take things and adulterate a little bit. You want to make sure that if they're adding in other flavors, if they're adding in sugar, then you're talking about is being problematic. It does help. Coconut water is great with in terms of hydrating you, but in terms of your sexual performance, if they have added sugars and things like that, and if they have added sugars and things like that in there, then you're going to run into more issues. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and hop in there. One of the things that I've been doing research on lately is actually on just water. In terms of for guys getting the most out of their erections. One of the things that we don't think about in terms of, in fact, let me go ahead and hydrate right now. One of the things that we don't think about is the way that our anatomy is. When it comes to your erections, we're talking about straight up blood flow. Uh, when we're talking about blood flow, I mean, obviously your body is, your blood is 50 to 80% water. I forget what percentage it's highly. You have a lot of water in there. And so you want to get that into your body because your heart is pumping out the blood. It's going through some large blood vessels at first up here, then it goes through your stomach. And as it gets down to your penis, it becomes, the capillaries are very thin. We're talking about one blood platelet going through at a time. So it's that small. So it's very important that you're getting your water in there. Uh-huh. So JD Shooter, watermelon, celery. Yeah. Yeah, that really does make a big difference. Watermelon has that L-citrulline in there, and it does a good number in terms of dilating your blood vessels. It's called nature's Viagra for a reason. Uh-huh. Dope law. What time do you usually go to sleep at night and wake up? Me personally, I try to hit 10:30. Sometimes I try to get to sleep earlier than that, but if I'm getting there at 10:30, I try to wake up at 6:30. I and sometimes it just depends. I try to get to the gym early, so sometimes I'll set my alarm for 5:30 so that I can get up and just do a routine. So when I get up, the first thing I do is I first of all, as soon as your alarm clock goes off, get up. Don't wait around and think like I'm gonna hit the snooze button. The snooze button is actually going to drag on. It's actually going to keep making you feel worse. Just get used to getting up immediately as soon as your alarm clock goes off, and then I sit up and I start meditating. Meditating is very powerful. The people who work with Oprah and Ellen and other Fortune 500 companies, they actually have their top staff meditate because it's that powerful in terms of helping you think better, which, of course, we're in an information age. It's all about thinking right now. So, yeah, all of that. And then I'm off to the gym. Okay. Great question there. Uh-huh. Uh, Bahamian Jedi. I love that. Will natural garlic interfere with African fly use or performance? No, no. It'll actually help. Garlic and onions, those pungent things, those pungent smelling vegetables are actually good for your circulation. So that's going to help with blood flow. Okay. Wonderful question there. Uh, Dope law. I'm gonna answer that question in a second because that's a deep one. I want to make sure I get some other guys out of the way here. Michael Davis, you mean drink more water for blood flow? Yes, yes, definitely. You want to do that, and you also want to just pay attention because now we're into the summer months, and sometimes you're getting dehydrated faster. You're not paying attention. And even drinking alcohol and smoking. Those two things thicken your blood. So with the alcohol, it's going to dehydrate you. It's going to dehydrate your brain. That's why you get hangovers. So it's very important that you get that water in there. Uh-huh. Patrick, do you think it's natural for a male to get an erection pointing to 12 o'clock after age 40? Um, I don't see a problem with it. Yeah, keep that up. Yeah. That's a good one. Typically, that means that your core is tighter, and it could be just the way your body is designed. So, yeah, it's better than the opposite. If it's sitting there permanently at 6 o'clock, you got some issues. All right. Yeah, Corey, is watermelon a natural Viagra or good for erections? Absolutely. Absolutely. Mr. Bryson, is watercress good? Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Watercress is I wouldn't say it's specifically for erections or blood flow or anything, but it's a vegetable. It's like I always say, there are 250,000 vegetables or edible plants around the planet, and it doesn't mean that we necessarily have to eat all the same type. So there's much other things in there. Uh-huh. All right. Woo! Dope law, my man. Great question. Does African fly help to prevent other diseases like cancer, digestion issues, or anything else because of the herbs in it? I'm just curious. All right. We're actually we'll be working with the USDA soon to do a whole bunch of testing. This is pretty exciting for us. But in terms of what else it does do, because the two main things that African fly does is increases your blood flow and increases your testosterone. And with those two things, that's the reason why you're getting erections. However, your testosterone, obviously your blood flow, help out with a lot of other things. I once did an article about the legends of African fly because we don't have the studies on it as of yet. But we've had people say that it helped with hangovers. So people would take African fly before they went out drinking, and they wouldn't have the same effect as normally just going out and drinking. I am not saying to do this like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get drunk after I take African fly and blame Uncle B. Nope, you ain't gonna do that to me. I don't know you like that, player. But yeah, it does make it makes a difference in that. That whole thing with blood flow changes a lot, obviously. So we've had some people who have lupus, other things with circulatory issues. If you're having circulatory issues, it's going to help. An investor in the company years ago, a family friend, he had diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and he was taking African fly on the regular. Has a beautiful wife. So yeah, he needed to handle that situation there. So yeah, great question, Dope Law. Great question. All right, I see you, Terrence. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, hey, Terrence, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. And let me get to Dope Law right quick. What are three keys to your success in business? Okay. First off, being consistency. I mean, you it takes a long time before things come together, gel together in terms of anything that you do. They talk about the was it 10,000 hours, the number of the amount of time it takes to get something perfected, and and we're in a competitive world, so it's not just you being consistent. If you're being consistent, then you're outpacing some other people. But remember, some other people are outpacing you. So being consistent over the long term can yield great benefits. Number two, I would say, is people. Definitely people. You want to get the right people in the right places on the bus. So when you have good people, you want to hold on to them. You know, I like to think of myself as a good boss, but people are sometimes just say all types of things about me. I'm gonna leave that alone. But uh, but yeah, you want to be good, so you get good people in there. Yes, indeed. All right. And also, what's the last thing? Um, yeah. Pay attention to the money. I think that's the obvious one. But sometimes people go, "Oh, I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about that." If you ain't passionate about the money, someone else is going to come and take your money. And I mean, the government, they'll come up with some fines. I mean, for a while, it's like, hey, you entrepreneurial, you're trying to keep things wrapped, and blah blah blah. I'm just going to do it. Then after a while, it becomes some other issues. Uh huh. Uh-huh. Flowmatic. Sound like a rapper, man. Flowmatic. I live in Canada. I want to order African fly. You can do that. We deliver every place that United States Postal Service sends to. All right. What's going on, Steve, Oklahoma in here? Up in here. All right. So just to let you know, guys know we do have an affiliate program that we just launched. And it's a it's an affiliate program. If you like African Fly, you've been rocking with us, you know that it works well, not only for you but for other people. Then you want to make some money with us, come on in, sign up for our affiliate program. It will make a big difference in someone else's life, and it'll get some money in your pocket. Cha-chang, cha-chang. All right. uh Edward, fine. What is Avion water good for? It's water. It's water. There are several different types of water. This can get really confusing, and I don't want to go too deep because I haven't done the research lately. But you have to be careful the way that water is labeled, because you have water that is, they'll say such thing as that it's been cleansed. What's the word I'm looking for? Um, 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 that you have your natural spring water that's actually supposed to be spring water. Then you have like Dasani, which is tap water that's been reverse osmosis or something like that. Basically they just cleaned up tap water. Yeah, it is what it is. And actually you have to be very careful with tap water. I use zero water. You go to zerowater.com, is they actually filter out everything out of the water. And one of the things that I've seen, and I'll start doing myself actually, is to put Himalayan pink salt into the water, because I'll return the minerals back to the water. Typically you need to have the minerals in there. All right. All right. Kanice from Philadelphia in the house. All right. Alkaline water. Yep. Yeah. Alkaline water is in there too. Uh huh. All right. So Mr. Ayers. Like when people call me Mr. Ayers. That's funny to me. Where do you get um where do we get our vitamin B12 from if we are plant-based without taking a pill? Okay, so vitamin B12 actually comes from a fungus that coats the entire earth. The reason why they're telling you to get it from animals, because the animals are actually out in the earth eating the grass. So they're next to it and you're eating it up. Now the issue is that because of what we're doing to the planet, B12 isn't as abundant. So even if you're trying to get it from a animal source, the B12 isn't in there the way that you think it is. Uh, and also, we should be getting it from the soil. We should be walking barefoot across the soil, like nature intended. We should be getting our fruits and vegetables from the ground, or the vegetables from pulling roots up. Carrots and things like that, tubulars. You want to get all of that. The that soil is what contains it. So we are in a situation where it may come down to getting that. Now, having said all that, sometimes we like to take things a little bit too far. It's like, okay, there are instances where people are dealing without B12, and but think about it. How many people have you ever heard with B12 issues? It's sort of rare. It takes uh, uh, it takes not having it for a period of time before that becomes a serious issue. So, yeah, I would say if you can get to the ground, if you if you can get to locally sourced fruits and vegetables, you have a better chance of getting to that B12. But trying to get it from animal sources is just as difficult. Maybe sometime in the future we may come down to just having B12 in supplements. It's just not a great situation. Of course, I want to shout out Dope Law for hitting me up with the $20 the super chat. Appreciate it. And hey, he's loving that African fly. I appreciate everything about that. Great questions, also, sir. Uh-huh. Uh so Bahamian Jedi, can you send African fly to the Bahamas? There is none here. Yes, we can. The United States Postal Service does go to the Bahamas, and we will get that to you. Uh huh. So yeah, great questions. Great questions. Kenneth Rael, pasteurized what? Pasteurized milk. All right. Uh huh. So yeah. Um, it's really interesting that a lot of the stuff that I'm saying, a lot of people, if you go through the comment sections for some of the videos that I put out, you see a lot of guys who are taking the advice and actually executing. I want to encourage you, because we get a lot of messages out there to be a part of the magical pill society. If you have an issue, just take a pill. If you have problems in your life, just take a pill. That's not the way your body's designed. This whole industrial pill complex. I mean, you think about it. Just roughly 50 years ago, it was harder to get. There wasn't CVS on every corner. There wasn't. You had to actually go to a doctor to get certain pills. They had pharmacies, of course, but the idea that in order for me to lose weight, to do this, to do that, that there's a pill for it is actually a new concept. So it's really important to get back to understanding what you need to do in terms of your actual overall health, so you don't have issues like that. I mean, it ends up being problematic when you are going through life and just thinking like, you know what, all I need to do is just take this here pill and I won't have any problems. And it's like, yeah, you will. I mean, that's just the way life is set up. You're going to be having some issues. All right. All right. And we have a very interesting question here. Michael Davis, where are you located? We are in Hyattsville, Maryland, right outside of Washington, D.C. Yeah. All right. Hey, you're welcome, Edward. Flowmatic got a question here. This is very interesting. Uh-huh. All right. And if you can, go ahead and check out the affiliate link there in the chat. Flowmatic asks, if someone has low platelets, does it mess with your erections? Uh, I haven't done the research on that, but just hearing that, I would say yes. Yeah. Your when it comes to your body, your erections are the first things to go because look at it like this: men give life, women give birth. So if you're in the process of trying to give life, it's helpful to the your seed that you're giving that you be in the best shape possible. So if you're in a situation where you're not taking care of yourself, then you're going to run into problems. That means your child is going to run into problems, and possibly the woman carrying the child is going to run into problems. So it's best that you're at your best. So yeah, one of the first things to go if you are not getting your sleep, if you're not exercise, if you have problems with your innards, liver, stomach, whatever, it becomes more and more difficult to have an erection. They always say, having a lack of an erection is a canary in a coal mine. It is the warning system that something is wrong. Uh-huh. Uh Mr. Bryson, and Aton Bryson, how about drinking from a copper cup? Um, hmm, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, that's uh, I've heard of people using copper because it has a certain energy to it. Um, you're going to get some trace minerals out of drinking out of a copper cup. The thing you do want to be careful about is what water you're putting into that copper cup, because if it's going to mess with the actual consistency or what you're drinking, then you may run into some issues. Um, let me see. We got some information. Copper's antimicrobial effects, in particular, appear supported in scientific research. Uh, hmm. Yeah. Studies connecting copper intake to fecal bacteria that live in the intestines. So yeah, there is something to that. But like a lot of things I say, it's really more important that you sort of experiment, pay attention. I mean, don't go too far, experiment on something crazy, but you want to you do want to just try some new things out. A lot of times, your body is made up of trillions of cells, 60,000 miles of blood vessels. There are a lot of things you can do to your body that can be helpful, and obviously some things that are not. hmm All right, Titan Jake, South Carolina house. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. Uh, hmm, okay. What just happened? All right. All right. Hold on one second for me. Make sure I get this right here. Uh-huh, uh-huh. All right. There you go. Uh huh. All right, Titan. Got you. Where was I? Where was I? All right. Andrew Pearson, where can I get African Fly from? How will it benefit my erections? Okay, you can get African Fly from africanfly.com. And how will it benefit your erections? Well, basically, what it's going to do is increase your blood flow to your genital regions, and also it will help increase your testosterone. The two most important things that are necessary for you to have a strong erection. It is so powerful. You take it, your hands and feet will actually start feeling cooler as a side effect because it's drawing blood to your genital regions. And that testosterone, the bursting and burning of testosterone, fuels an erection. So that is highly important also. And I think one of the most powerful things about African Fly is the coaching that we do, because it's a supplement. It's supposed to supplement the other things that you're doing. So that's what it does. Okay. Uh, Dope Law, what products are you working on in the future besides African Fly? We're actually looking at a sleep formula right now. We're going through the formulation process. Um, and yeah, that's going to be pretty powerful for us. I mean, it's powerful to, this is what we want to do. We want to make sure you guys are getting the different products that can really help you out. As I've spoke about before, in terms of sleep, that's highly important. I got my sleep tea already in there because as soon as we finish up here, we'll be putting on. Oh, I don't have it on right here. I'll be putting on my blue light blockers so I can block out the light. I'll be drinking my tea. Getting ready for bed. I'm actually waiting on tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm getting a cube pillow. It's a pillow that's, it's not the normal pillow. It's actually a cube, so it's supposed to help with your sleeping if you sleep if you're a side sleeper like me. So yes, yes, hmm yeah. So let me see, Eddie Harrison. What about black seed oil? Black seed oil is it's a good deal. Black seed oil. Yeah, the thing about it, once again, it's one of those things you just want to see. I'm not sure how you're trying to apply it. If you're just taking black seed oil, try it. Let's see what works. You also want to. I was talking to a gentleman, and he was trying to break down the differences in black seed oil. So you want to be sort of careful. I think he was saying the cold pressed is better. So you know, do a little research into that. But more importantly, if you're going to be taking it, what I say to guys, when you're taking something new, you want to sort of eliminate some of the other things that you're already doing. So, you want to, I'm going to drink, take some black seed oil and then drink a 40. Obviously, that makes no sense. So the same thing applies for I'm gonna take black seed oil, and I'm taking several other different supplements. You want to sort of figure out what effects it's going to have. Of course, do your research. You're on the greatest research tool ever created by man. So go ahead and use that. Uh-huh. Uh hmm So yes, 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 yes. Good questions. Good questions. Uh-huh. Logan from Washington, D.C. Can you buy a share in African Fly? Not yet. Not yet. The company name is actually Ayers Naturals. But yeah, we'll be looking towards doing that and a lot more. Okay. hmm Great question. Interesting question. Uh-huh. All right. We get this a lot. To increase testosterone blood flow, which foods would you recommend adding first? Me personally, I go straight for watermelon. The L-citrulline is going to dilate the blood vessels and get more blood flow to your penis. Spinach. We're talking about nitrates. Kale. Kale is very abundant in nutrients. Um, and also Irish sea moss. So with the Irish sea moss gel, I get that. I think we had the link in there in the comment section. But with the Irish sea moss, that has 105 nutrients in there, so it's just powerful every day. When I first found out about it, the guy was the owner of the company that we get it from. He gets their product from St. Lucia, the pristine waters of St. Lucia. Uh, but he said it's an unfair advantage in the gym. Guys, I just turned 50. We can go to the gym. You want to invite me to the gym? We're going to take some video. I'll show it to you. I can take the pen, put it at the bottom of whatever machine. The bench press I'm not as strong at, but if we're doing the lat pull downs, we're doing the leg presses, we're doing the leg extensions, I'm killing it. So yeah, Iris Moss, very powerful. I would highly recommend that. Um, Anti Bryce. Yeah, cinnamon. Yeah, cinnamon. Actually, cinnamon is one of the ingredients, the 8 ingredients in African fly. So yeah, cinnamon is a natural aphrodisiac unto itself. Uh, Lorenzo Mason, does ashwagandha help with sleep? Yes, yes, it does. But once again, that's one of those things you need to test out for yourself. You want to sort of be careful with what you take right before you go to sleep. Uh, but yeah, yeah. That's one of those ones. Ashwagandha actually helps with the building of testosterone. But with African fly, we tell you do not take African fly late in the evening unless you plan on having sex because it will keep you awake. It's a stimulant. Yes. Uh huh. So yeah, we do have the link for that Irish sea moss there in the comment section. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. Uh huh. Dope law, you are welcome, sir. Appreciate you. Haha. All right, turn 55 Tuesday. That's what I'm talking about. Gemini's in the house, dying to go back to the gym. Yeah, yeah. During the throes of the pandemic, I had to do what I had to do. So I was on Amazon ordering equipment. I got my equipment back over there, but now the gyms are open, so able to lift a little bit more. That's always helpful. Yep. Yeah. Dope law. Hey man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So yeah. Um, guys, I think it's really important once again that you know, I appreciate that you listen to me, but also, just pay attention, period, because there's a lot of information that's coming out. You do want to be careful when people are just pushing products obviously, it's not an African fly. So, but the whole point of this is that you need to have a lot more information. It's all about execution in terms of taking care of yourself, taking care of your health. Uh, you want to be, as you get older, there are a bunch of things that can happen to your body, and you have that choice. I think a lot of times people just believe that, oh, the reason why is because I got older. No, there's something going on. There's a lot of different as- aspects of your body that can change. But once again, there are, just hop on YouTube. It's YouTube. You see so many more people who are getting older and older and doing more things. There was a 76-year-old lady who was sprinting. When I say sprinting, you watching somebody run, you can't really tell how fast they're going until she was racing a guy that was younger than her, and she was moving way faster than the dude. It's like, oh crap, this lady's actually sprinting. She's running full speed. So that's something that you want to keep on doing, keep up with. There's this thing in your body called the endothelia. The endothelia is on the inside of all of the 60,000 miles of veins in your body. And so when you're young, if you spread it all out, it would cover 20 tennis courts. Yeah. But as you get older, especially if you are eating the wrong foods, you're not taking care of yourself, it will start wearing away. And so what happens is, and this is very important, in your endothelia, it's releasing nitric oxide. For guys to go to the gym, you know what nitric oxide does. It actually helps move more blood through your body so you get more energy and you can do more things. So this is your own natural nitric oxide that's slowing down. So with the production slowing down, because as you get older and that endothelia starts shrinking down to like one tennis court, you have less blood flow going through. So you think about it, what's going on with older people? They're moving slower. Why are they moving slower? Because their blood is thicker and it's not going through their body as fast. So the whole thing about, oh, let me go ahead and do this right now. Uh, getting your getting your water in is highly important. Mhm. Uh, Logan X asks, is taking 1 tablespoon of African fly too much? Uh, no. uh, Well, here's the thing. Once again, you go ahead and test this. As you get older, you may need more of African fly. Well, actually, let me just say, not only just as you get older, it depends on how you're taking care of your body, how much in shape you are. I mean, my story is basically having known about African fly since I was 25. So I'm taking the product, and then my early on, I was talking about sexual techniques, more like knowing which direction that you swing into, and that's the direction that you need to lay on your side so you can hit her G spot, things like that. It's a very interesting stuff. But later on, as I got older, it became more apparent that just taking African fly wasn't going to fly like it did when I was 25. So by the time I was 35, I was like, hey, this is something different. 40, whoa, 45, like, oh shit. Because by the time I hit 45, I had descended. When I was in my 20s, I was all about not eating meat and being healthy. It was easier back then. As I got older, it was like, hey, yeah, there's a whole bunch of people who are, every time I go to an event, there's a whole bunch of meat. Every time I go to an event, there's a whole bunch of alcohol. Every time I go to an event. So, and someone from not this country pointed out to me, there is a holiday every month in America where you get to go out and eat and drink. So, yeah, it finally caught up to me to the point that I hit 285. I was pre-diabetic. I had carpal tunnel. My feet would hurt in the morning. My shoulder would hurt. All these different things, and that was like 3 or 4 years ago. And it's like, drop weight, but more importantly than just dropping weight and things like that, it's about your health. A lot of times people are like, okay, what do you look like? Do you have a six pack? That proves that you're healthy. It's like, that does help, but also just how is your body functioning. So it's way more important to just feel better. I just actually getting up in the morning. I'm blessed to be able to get up in the morning to and just hit the ground running. I'm doing yoga, I'm doing sit-ups every morning, things like that. So as soon as I'm waking up, I'm able to pop up, not doing a whole rollover and try to push yourself out of bed real slow because you're not sure what's going to pop on you first thing in the morning. So yeah, yep. Uh, hmm You drink Anton Bryson. I drink two oats. I drink oats 2 times a day. Drink oats? Oh, okay. Okay. Um, is there any promo code for African Fly? Yes, the promo code for African Fly is AF10. That will give you 10% off of not only the African Fly, but shipping if you so choose. We have free shipping, but if you choose to go with priority shipping, it'll give you a discount on that as well. Great question. Great question. Thank you there. Thank you there. Uh huh. So yeah. Uh, so yeah, in terms of taking African Fly, I just want you guys to know that it is all about your timing. So when you're taking African Fly first thing in the morning, your testosterone levels is already up. So if you're adding African Fly, it's going to push that later on the day, afternoon. It's going to push that. It's going to give you that extra boost. But really, where African Fly really shines is going to be the next day. Uh, so whenever you're trying to, have a date coming up, something's going on, I want to be at my best. Can I, what can I do? It's really about what you do the day before. Because that's when you're able to do the right things in terms of getting out into the sun, getting that vitamin D, which is going to turn on your testosterone. Taking African Fly, turn on your testosterone. Avoiding sugar, avoiding alcohol, avoiding a bunch of carbs. By the time you go to sleep and wake back up, your testosterone levels are going to be higher, and of course, you need a high quality of sleep. So yeah, there we go. Mr. Jedi, do push-ups help any? Of course. Of course. You want to get blood flow going through your body, whichever exercise that you do. Highly important that you do that because, your body is a use it or lose it system. That includes your penis. So you need to be using your muscles. You could see muscles atrophy on a person who, as they get older, penis atrophy is a real thing. Just think of a guy who's in his 20s and then think about him when he's in his 90s. It's like, yeah, not only is his body size not the same, but also down there is not the same. So you need to take care of all of that. Yep. There we go. There we go. So, guys, we're coming to an end. If you have any questions, go ahead. You got any last second questions? Hit me up. But I do want to thank everybody for being on board with us. We will be back next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have some really great topics coming up in terms of being able to, like I was saying earlier, get to your very best in terms of your erection as quickly as possible. So you want to, hey, stay tuned. Stay tuned. So, yes. I want to thank everybody. Thank my staff for being here for me and getting this all done. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week. This is Uncle B saying, oh, hold up. Got a quick question? Can I pay cash for a bottle of African Fly from Jamaica? Unfortunately, Culture Roy, we don't have that cash system. We do have PayPal. I'm not sure if that's going to help you out. Mhm. Yeah, Logan X. I was told to only drink bottled water that says BPA free. If not, it will affect your erections. Yeah, that is true. There is still the issue of what is the new plastic. When BPA came out, they were like, "Oh, this is safe," and then it's not. Uh huh. What can I drink naturally for electrolytes? Um, Actually, I don't know the answer to that. I hear Gatorade is bad. Gatorade is just sugar and salt. It's not, and the sugar parts, both of which are not great for you. So I know some people that drink Gatorade like it's soda. It's weird. Don't do that. So yeah, yeah. But great question, guys. We'll talk next week. Make sure to bring your questions, and that is all. Coconut water. Coconut water, good for good one, Logan. Coconut water. Yes, indeed. So, all right, guys. Until next week, it's Uncle B saying, get your game up and go hard. Peace out.